I was hoping I didn't have to resort to this. But unfortunately, I'm sick and tired of patching up craters. Oh, just look at look at it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's horrible. It's horrible. I had to torch up a decent chunk of this area. This is like the area I'm in the most. It's not the full mountain, but like you can see on the map how much is torched. And even on the roof too. I put a couple of candles on the roof. Overall, I was hoping to like be able to get away with carpets, but there was no way I was reasonably farming up enough wool quickly so that way I could just make this look nice. This is only a temporary solution though. My permanent solution is this. Torch Master. So what this mod does, so Torchmaster's only unlocks 4 mods, or 4 items, but the main one is this, the Mega Torch. Prevents natural spawning of hostile mobs in a big radius around the torch. But this is what I want, the Mega Torch. They are quite expensive, a perfect Wootadite, and an Echo Gem. I have not yet seen one of these things. This is the rarest gem, and it is used in all sorts of like high-level crafts, including the Mega Torch. Any chance I get my hands on an Echo Gem, I'm not saying I'm gonna immediately put it towards a Mega Torch, but my first Echo Gem is 100% going to a Mega Torch. And as the moon rises, you can see just there are no mobs spawning in this area. None at all. It is not in any way an elegant solution, but there are no mobs anywhere. I've officially decided the name of this mountain. This is Mount Vandium. It is named off of the element vanadium. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And that is the element on the periodic table with the atomic number 23. Because what else would I pick? Vanadium, or vanadium, doesn't roll off the tongue as well as I'd like it to be, so I chopped off one of the extra A's. There's an A in between the N and the D in the actual name, and I just chopped it and just went with Vandium. I think that sounds a little bit more catchy. So, now, I have an official name for this mountain, and it is safe and spawn-proof, thanks to a bajillion torches that you can see all around me. And also, you might notice this little thing on the map. I built a flagpole at the mountain's summit. The flagpole, honestly, I'm quite happy with how that turned out. I based it off of the flagpole that I built for Into the Stars 3. And for those of you curious, yes, I am still working on that map. It's just kind of in a transition phase right now. I'm recruiting voice actors right now, so it is still in the works. It's just taking a lot of time because other people are involved, and yeah, that's a whole hassle. But anyway, this is not an adventure map announcement. This is Vault Hunters. So that flagpole sitting right above me is the peak of the mountain, and I actually had to double check. Because there's another spot, like, round over here, that is 1 block shorter. Well, it is now. I had to level it out. There were 2 spots on the mountain that had the same Y level, and that Y level was Y215. So I leveled the one just by 1 block, and I planted the flagpole up there. Just because I think that looks more like a summit to me than the other one. The other one was kind of like this flat peninsula. It took a lot of digging out to level it. Plus, that one's right outside my base, and it is right next to where I'm thinking of putting my fortress, which is right in this square area here. Or maybe even into here. Who knows? But definitely somewhere on this side of the mountain, I'm putting my fortress, and this is looking the most promising. Yes, at some point, I do want to build a fortress up here in the mountain. And I might even start prep work in the next episode, but I seriously doubt it. So anyway, have you noticed my new shoes? I took the liberty of just upgrading it to netherite. I figured I had no excuse not to. And you might also notice I have speed. I apologize for the lack of quality from the last episode. It was a little bit disappointing. So just to summarize, episode 5, I built my nether portal in a wine cellar, and then I ran a couple of vaults. It was, looking back at the footage, it was pretty dull and uninteresting, and I'm not surprised if none of you finished it. Even my hardcore fans out there, which I know you guys exist. I keep telling myself you guys exist. So anyway, it was a dull video, so I feel like I need to recap it. I built my nether portal, and I ran a couple of vaults. Nothing too fascinating happened, except I found 2 vault diamonds in the same chest. That was probably the biggest thing about that video. Aside from that, I also took advantage of having some extra skill points. I took Cleanse, I took another level in Dash, and then I took a level in Speed. And if you're curious what I plan on taking next, it's probably going to end up being Water Breathing, because I have passed so many underwater rooms that I've wanted to loot, but just haven't been... I've just been too worried about because of drowning. Drowning's like a big deal, and I don't want to have to worry about drowning. Plus, this gives me the opportunity to take fire resistance a little bit later, and that is another thing I am guaranteeing I'm taking as soon as I can get my hands on it. It does cost 5 level points though. If I take water breathing at level 5, if I go straight for fire resistance, I'll be able to purchase immediately once I unlock this. So I'm assuming, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going for. There's also this. I wanted to look into this. This is Soul Hunter, which allows you to get soul shards, which allows you to shopificate using what's called the soul shop. And because I'm killing a ton of mobs inside the vault thanks to my sword, this is definitely something I wanted to look into. It says it's F7. Yeah, look at that. There's a star core. This is like 100% something I want to get into, is the soul shard shop. That's a tongue twister. But I need to continue leveling up if I want to get that. I definitely want to get that as soon as I hit level 25. And I definitely want to get fire resistance, so that way I don't have to like worry about fire aspect swords or lava or anything like that. Plus, that means I can build some very dangerous builds using lava, which is something I do want to do this season. Now, I know originally I said I was going to take Elvish right off the bat. But I have Feather Falling for the time being. I'm not going to worry about taking Elvish until a little bit later. I might actually go for Step. So yeah, that's what I plan on taking for the next couple of skills. Mods, on the other hand, I'm 100% going for Torchmasters. However, that requires 3 knowledge stars, and I don't even have enough vault diamonds for 1 knowledge star yet. I am getting close, but I'm not quite there yet. I think I need 4 more if this is just off the top of my head. But there is something worth noting. if I take a mod in decorations, it subtracts from all of the other mods. Alternatively, if I were to take something like Automatic Genius, it would add 2 knowledge points to everything. Which, by the way, this Automatic Genius, which allows auto crafting, 100 knowledge points. Yeah, me and Johnny were having a discussion over Discord the other day, and I was just like browsing around some of these prices, and I found this. Goodness gracious. That's some high level stuff. Like, nothing even comes close to that. Like, that's 12 there. The next highest is laser mining, which is 12. That doesn't even come close. But anyway, if I take furniture and then I take another decoration mod, I bring Torchmasters down to 1. That is exactly what I plan on doing. Although that being said, I have seen this. Fairy lights. This, for those of you who don't know, which is pretty much every one of you, this adds Christmas lights to the game. And adds tinsel and garland. All sorts, and adds these really cool, like, pendants and flags. There's also some of these look really cool. But anyway, this is a really colorful light-based mod. And there are hanging lights, which are not very difficult to craft. And all of this stuff is like reasonably cheap as well. So what I want to do, because I know this is, by the time this video releases, it is still October. Christmas is coming, and I want to decorate my base with some Christmas lights. So, by taking fairy lights as my first mod, I gain the ability to decorate my base for the holidays. And then I plan on taking furniture, which these two combined will bring Torchmasters down to 1 knowledge point, which means I will be able to take Torchmasters and get my hands on the Mega Torch at long last. So that is my plan. With all the mods, skills, and abilities, that is my plan. And I'm also not worried about doing these little bits outside at night. I don't have to sleep because this entire area is lit up. Well, I didn't light up areas like beyond my base, like up the mountain and stuff. I also I added this little sign here. Here lies the summit of Mount Vandium, 215. This, I believe, like somewhere in here is 215. So anyway, yeah, I'm not worried about doing these little bits. I'm not worried about doing these bits outside at night. So nighttime stump. Nice. So anyway, about those vaults. I mentioned in the vault journal that I ran a couple of vaults. And I'm going to do something different. I do still want to do vault time. However, I wanted to change it up a little bit. I decided for these 2 vaults, no commentary at all. I had my mic muted, and I just ran the vaults with my browser recording with no audio from my mic whatsoever. And I'm going to try something. I'm going to take the best bits, the parts that I feel are the best, obviously. I'm going to throw them all into a little bit of a time-lapse and overlay some of my favorite video game music. Similar to what I did with my Gacha Life series way back when. And, oh, there's a creeper over there. Samantha, how long has that been on screen? Anyway. I'm gonna throw all of these... I'm gonna throw the best bits in some form of time-lapse, put music, and it's gonna be dramatic and awesome. And then I'm gonna summarize it. There's another creeper on my roof. Personal space and strong. Ooh, this is gonna be a good wall. So, what'd you think? That was just the first vault. That was, yeah, that was the first vault of the day. And I have to say, it went really well. I got in, I got quite a lot of loots, but the biggest thing was the X marks the spot. That was a room. I could be, you correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but I believe that was a treasure room. I'm probably very wrong on that. But it's like X marks the spot, what's underneath it, a bunch of treasure. Those rooms are incredibly rare and can have one of three possibilities. One, they could have a ton of loot. Two, they could have a ton of spawners. Or three, they could have both in equal quantities. And I rolled the third option. So, I mean, you could tell by the footage that I was struggling to loot what I could. There were just way too many mobs, and I didn't have haste for my pick, so there was no way I was breaking all those spawners. It was a lost cause. I'm disappointed that I didn't get more out of that room. I probably could have gotten another vault diamond. But honestly, that wasn't the worst that happened. It was the second vault where disaster struck, or could have struck. Thankfully, I got out. So no, I still have yet to die. But I almost did. And let me explain. This one I'm not going to do time-lapse for. So anyway, I get into the vault. Things are looking good. The starting room was decent. There was an obelisk underwater, which I figured I'd reserve so I could try to fight the boss underwater, like I did with the Soul Blaze a few episodes back, which was incredibly successful. So I left and I started wandering around, and I was starting to take some hits. And if you haven't seen it in the footage, if you haven't realized in the footage, I forgot something. Something crucial. I had left all of my healing potions back at base. This was not good. So I just scrambled. And thankfully, I got out. Okay. But boy, was that scary. Once I realized I didn't have my healing potions, I had to book it. I had to get out. Not satisfied with that failure of a vault, I grabbed my healing potions and I went again. And this one I'm actually going to do a time-lapse for. So you can hear the music. Let's jump into the time-lapse for the second, or technically the third vault. Anyway, let's do this. not believe my luck with this one. For one, it was a gilded vault, which meant more gilded chests. And gilded chests were exactly what I needed. So, I took every last second I could looting and trying to find as many gilded chests as I could. It got to a point where time was getting low, and I just had to prioritize the gilded chests because I knew they were very powerful. It's also worth noting that I found another X marks the spot room, and it was the same results as the first one, surprisingly. I don't know what's with my luck with those rooms, but the fact that I got two in the same day in different vaults, but they both yielded the same outcome. I didn't even bother looting it because I know I wasn't going to take that chance. I would have wasted so much more time in that room than I would have just wandering around. I found a village room later on, like very late into the vault, and I'm disappointed that I didn't loot more. But honestly, I got quite a bit of loot, and I have it all saved. I have not touched my loot. I just dumped it all in here. Chest number 1, we have quite a few gems, a couple of catalysts, a bunch of golden apples and some gold, the XP balls, and then various other bits and bobs. Chest number 2, we have a power bar in here, some more gems, some slightly decent enchanted books, a diamond block, that was fun to mine, and then some star essence, which is a nice thing to have. And the remaining chests are empty. But the big thing is in here. 2 vault diamonds. These are going right in there. That brings my total to 5. And of course we have a couple of traders and some statues. Let's go put those downstairs. And these guys are gonna do their stuff. Iskell, you have died. Dress, you are also dead. You're still kicking. Let's see, which ones are still going? You guys are kicking. So it's just these two, Iskell and Stress. And then apparently, are you still going? No, you are dead. Let's check what this is at. This is at 29%. Okay. We have 1 trader core, unfortunately. And they're just selling Volt Bronze. Which I already have plenty of. We have a couple of mystery boxes and a couple of relics. Oops, some of the stuff is going towards the altar. Yeah, I'll let the string go to the altar. Or not. That actually completes coal, that's nice. And then gravel. Anyway, fingers crossed. Nothing. A tiny bit of XP. Ooh, we got a tomato and some cheese. I didn't even realize that. So yeah, I'm gonna sort through this stuff off camera. Not right now. But yeah, we are closing in on level 5, which means I'm getting close to taking water breathing. The gear is looking good. I crafted up a couple more crystals off camera, and all this is still looking fine and dandy. There's a couple more things that I want to show you. I took the liberty of rolling all of the mob eggs that I had gotten, and it is my biggest regret that I didn't get 2 pig spawn eggs. I got 5 cows, so those are pretty good. That means I can get a steak farm going. That way I don't have to purchase golden carrots and use them for the overworld. But yeah, I wanted 2 pig spawn eggs. The reason is because of these candles. These candles are crafted. These candles are crafted with what are called tallows. And these, well, these are acquired from pigs. So if I can get my hands on a couple of pigs, then I could start up some form of farm where I could make a whole bunch of candles. instead of using torches. Unfortunately, I didn't get the pigs. I only got one. I got a couple of others. All of these are like super useful because that means I don't have to somehow get a pig or a sheep or cows up this mountain, because it is ridiculous. That would be a challenge and a half to get some form of to get farm animals up this mountain. There's no easy way of doing it. So I'm glad I have these for when I want them. And also, there's another thing, and I'm wondering where I put them. There they are. These things, wooden storage crates. I found these at a village, and once I realized what they were and what they could be used for, I'm ashamed to say I didn't grab them sooner. These are wooden shulker boxes. So yeah, I'm embarrassed to say I didn't know what they were and I didn't grab them. I do have some things to say. So recently, I don't know if you've noticed it with like my personality or whatever, but I have been like struggling with something personal with my life for the past, I kid you not, 4 years. And as of earlier this week, as of the time of this recording, I finally had what I can only describe as a revelation. The Lord convicted me of this and wanted me to get it fixed. And so I finally did something about it, and I'm grateful I did. I'm not going into details because I don't feel comfortable sharing them on the internet. But I've been battling some form of, I guess you could call it an addiction, for the past 4 years. And boy, does it feel good to be free. I was tempted to call this video "I'm Free of the Chains," but that wouldn't make sense with what the actual video was about. But I figured I'd let you guys know. Ever since I was like hooked on that addiction, it has been weighing me down. It has been holding me back. But now that I am free and relieved of this, you had better watch out, because this boy is back in town and he is ready to cause some chaos. So anyway, I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm super excited to get back into Vault Hunters with a refreshed mind, a clean conscience, and a lot of crazy ideas. Just you wait. I'm super relieved to be finally free. And I want you to know that no matter what battles you are fighting, victory can be yours through the Lord. He has been my guide through my life and will continue to be my guide. That is why I carry the cross on my back. Some of you might have seen this, just glimpses here and there, but I'm showing it here. This is a part of my skin. A significant part, because truth be told, the Lord is the reason of my success. And he has given me victory over something that has been weighing me down for years, and I cannot praise him enough for it. So I figured I'd let you guys know the chains have been removed, and this guy is getting ready to go on a crazy vault hunting spree. I think in the next episode, I'm gonna be running quite a few vaults and doing some crazy stuff as a celebration, because I just feel so much better now that it's gone. I feel so much relief. There's a burden that's been removed, and I'm unhinged, boy. You better watch it. I'm gonna calm down. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in another video.